Alright, so I'm going to be making a Destiny 2 dungeon tier list. I haven't done a tier list in a while, and I don't even think there's one still on my channel. But basically, my favorite part of Destiny 2 right now, recently, has been dungeons. I really like, well, I mostly only, I'll say this right now. I've done pretty much every dungeon down here, the entire thing, not just like a certain checkpoint. But the majority of my playtime is checkpoint farming of the final boss of whatever dungeon, so I really, oh, excuse me, I really only play like the final boss encounter of each dungeon. So I'm gonna rate it mostly off of the fun experience of the boss fight, but I'll also like talk about my main experience with everything. Um, it doesn't have the newest dungeon on here, but I'm not even gonna rate it because I haven't played. I haven't done the Warlord's Ruin, but I have my dungeon report pulled up here. So as you can see, I've done 885 completions, like total clears. Only 160 have been like full clears, but so as you can see, most of them are just checkpoints. So Ghost of the Deep, I have a day one clear with. Wait, hold on. Yeah, day one clear, 7 clears. I have the exotic as well for that, so that's cool. I did Spire the Watcher day 2. With I have 153 clears and the exotic for that one. Surprisingly, I've only done 4 Sherpas. That's kind of weird, but out of 153 clears. And then Duality, I only have 6 clears because this is, spoiler alert, one of my least favorite dungeons. I've only done 2 full clears of this. How many? 31 full, 1 full. Okay. So yeah, Duality I really don't like. And then Grasp of Avarice, I have a day 2 as well clear with a flawless completion, and I have 447 clears of that. This is back this week, so I'm gonna get this to 500 this week. So I'm gonna be doing that, but this is one of my favorite ones, obviously because of the clears. Prophecy was last week, and I've done 175 of those, and then Shattered Throne I've done 90. And as you can see, I've never done a Pit of Heresy, and I've never done these ones down here. But yeah, so I'm gonna get into the tier list here. So Duality for me personally is going in the, I think it's better than the Ghost of the Deep, and I think it's better than F tier. I'm gonna put it in D. The thing I don't like is the mechanic where it's an insta wipe mechanic, because like most dungeons have the thing where it's like you wipe if your whole team dies, whereas Duality, your whole team could fucking wipe like instantly, you know. And you can also, in the boss fight, when you're fighting Keitel, you can, if you don't kill the bell keepers in time, Keitel will steal the bell, and you just fucking don't do any DPS the entire phase. Like, you can't do any damage that phase, and you have to do the whole mechanic again, which I really don't like, especially if you're playing with people that really don't know what they're doing. It's pretty annoying. So yeah, that's my problem with Duality. Ghost of the Deep is going in the F tier for me. The only reason why it's going in the F tier is because like it's insanely difficult to do with with an LFG team and no mic. So when I do boss checkpoints, I really just get the checkpoint and do it on an LFG. And I don't use a mic. I don't fucking talk to strangers that I don't have to. Like on day 1, I talked to the people that I was doing it with. But Ghost of the Deep is like insanely complicated for the final boss, and it takes way too long. Like Grasp, you can do it in like 6-7 minutes. Prophecy, you can do a full boss fight in like 5 minutes. Shattered Throne's like a 25-second boss fight. Ghost of the Deep is like a 20-minute boss fight at like minimum. There's so much to remember. There's so much to do, and like doing it with no mic is basically impossible. So that's why I really don't like Ghost of the Deep. There was a glitch where you could like cheese the boss with Witherhoard, and somebody would have Darcy and like look at the health. That's actually how I got my master clear, and that's how I got my exotic as well, just by doing the cheese to kill it. That's how I got the navigator and stuff. But that was cool. That's the only thing I liked about that was the cheese that you could kill the boss, but they patched that. I think they patched it. And then Pit of Heresy, I'm not gonna rank Pit of Heresy because I've never done one, as you can see. Like I've never done a Pit of Heresy, unfortunately. But what else is there? I'm just trying to think. Okay, so Grasp of Avarice, I'm gonna put Grasp in the S tier. For me personally, it was my first ever dungeon I did. I did it day 2 on LFG, got the Galahorn, like I was super excited about it. Then I did the entire Vidmaster title, so I got like all the collectibles, I did all the whatevers. And then I got the ornament, I got the catalyst for the Galahorn. It was just like the best experience ever. First time experience for a dungeon definitely has to be Grasp if you're gonna do one for the very first time. It's just so much fun. And there's like a sparrow part, there's a bunch of puzzle solving. It's just a great time. The only problem with this one is obviously the encounter with the servitor. It's like the most painful thing ever. This servitor encounter takes longer than the final boss fight. But for the final boss fight, I also love it because it's super easy. You can like basically guarantee 2-phase, but it's pretty easy to 1-phase as well. All you need is a buff, a debuff, and like rockets, and you 1-phase, you know. And then Prophecy for me is going in A tier. I love Prophecy so much. It's super easy to 1-phase, and if you don't 1-phase, you're basically getting the boss to like absolutely no health. So you can just go in the next phase and just instantly kill it. That's why I love that one a lot. Mostly because it's easy, and there's some really cool armor. The weapons are pretty shit, but the armor's really good. I'm not counting loot in all of these. Like, I don't care about loot for these dungeons because I just dismantle everything immediately anyways. But yeah, so that's good. Shattered Throne is probably going in the... It's either C or D. I wish I could put it in the middle. I'm just going to put it in D tier for... No. I'll put it in D tier. It's the problem with Shattered Throne is the complete opposite of Duality. I'm actually going to switch them. Is that Duality is like a really annoying boss fight, and it's like basically so painful to do. Whereas Shattered Throne, you spawn in the boss, get all 3 people, you get the buff, and you can like kill the boss in... Each person shoots one... What's the gun that like deals damage to vehicles better? Because the boss is considered a vehicle. Oh fuck, what is it? Hold on, I'm searching it up. I'm literally searching it up right now. Destiny 2. Oh, I know what it is. The Wardcliff Coil. The Wardcliff Coil, you can literally shoot one each per person, one volley, and you'll kill the boss. In the boss fight takes like 25 seconds at most, or maybe like 35 at most. That's why I love that. That's why I love Shattered Throne. But it's so easy that like it's not. There's no point. Like I did all these 90 clears like 2 weeks ago. I did all 90 of them in one. Or not all 90. I think like 80 of them I did in 1 week in like 7 days. Which is pretty funny. And then I'm not going to rate Pit of Heresy like I said, but Spire of the Watcher is going in the A tier for me as well. I think it's probably better than Prophecy. Spire of the Watcher was one of my favorite dungeons to do, mostly because the mechanic is dependent on how well you've memorized it. So there's no like RNG, and there's no like struggle. It's just like connect the dots, right? So you can do the whole thing super fast. And then the boss fight as well, it's all connect the dots, right? So if you memorize the spots, which I have memorized the spots, you know, with 153 completions, I know where all the spots are, and I can just like zoom through the boss fight. I can do every single node alone in the boss fight, and then just our team just shoots rockets and we 2-phase. So that's why Spire of the Watcher is probably my favorite. So my first favorite is Grasp, then Spire, then Prophecy, then Shattered, then Duality, then Ghost of the Deep. That's the whole order. I haven't done a Pit of Heresy, mostly because I've never completed I've never done the campaign that you have to do to complete, like to get Pit of Heresy unlocked. I've never done the Shadowkeep campaign because I'm a loser. I own the Shadowkeep DLC. I've just never done the campaign. But Grasp of Avarice is actually in the weekly rotation right now, so I'm gonna go do it today. I'm gonna do a bunch today if I can. And the best way to actually do these, like what I've been doing, is checkpoints, like just the boss checkpoint. If you go to D2 checkpoint, usually it will have the dungeon here. It's not here right now. It's only 12:18, so reset was only 18 minutes ago. So it's not here right now, but it will be, I'm sure. And you can just zoom through the boss. You can load back in the checkpoint and get it, do the thing, you know, do the whole fight. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this tier list. Those are my reasons why. It's basically, what the hell? It's basically off of the fact that it's boss like fight only, because that's really all I do. I've done every single one of these like from start to finish, but basically just boss fights is what I do, and these are my rankings for my favorite boss fights and favorite dungeons in general. I have another video that I'm going to probably be recording today or maybe tomorrow, just me talking about Fortnite Save the World, because we're at the end of like the season right now in Fortnite, and I have some thoughts about Save the World that I want to talk about. Just the fact that I haven't really been enjoying it and stuff, but that's a whole nother video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, comment if you agree with any of these picks, and if you don't agree with any of these picks either, let me know, because a lot of people love Duality. Like, Duality's are really high up there for some people, but for me, it's just not there. I just don't like it at all. And same with Grasp. Some people love Grasp, but or some people don't like it at all, but I really love it. So, you know, it's just personal opinion that you can definitely disagree. It's not a big deal. But yeah, so thanks for watching.